Very good evening, friends. Meeting again in the session of Stuart Close philosophy, and today we're going to conclude this chapter and we'll conclude the Close philosophy, the second year syllabus. Dear friends, we are discussing since last 11 lectures about this chapter, the examination of the patient. And most essential practice chapter from practice point of view, because everything Stuart Close tried to explain over there. He has explained how to go ahead with case taking, what are the things which you must look for, what are the things which you have to observe, what is the importance of clinical history, and while history taking, which are the things which you have to understand. After explaining all the physical examination, he started explaining about the mentals of the case, and mentals are very important, or mind is very important to understand. But if you want to really understand the mind of the person, it is not a question that how is your mind or how is your nature. If you ask such type of question, you will not going to get a real answer. And that's why Close has very seriously explained that there are many things which you have to look and you have to pursue. Even Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, he has mentioned the same thing, that state of disposition of the patient and mind is the thing which one must pursue. Perceiving happens many times without a verbal communication, or sometimes even with verbal communication. You can just observe and you feel what emotions the patient is expressing, how he is behaving with you, what the way he talks with you, his nature, you can observe. And that's why in earlier paragraph, he has mentioned about his behavior, the conscious and subconscious behavior, as well as the conversation and expression of countenance, all those things. And while expressing that, one must catch how the person's nature is. He has explained at the end of this paragraph, he said whether patient is sad or cheerful, calm or anxious, confident or afraid, indifferent, morose, malicious, irritable, suspicious, jealous. Why these are things which you have to look? Because we have all those rubrics in our repertory. If we are familiar with those rubrics, then we can catch a remedy very easily. And my suggestion to all of the students, in fact, specifically those students and those who are new in this field, my suggestion is that open the Kent's repertory and find it out these big rubrics first. So main rubrics, I'm not saying the sub rubrics, I'm saying that sadness, just open the repertory and see the sadness, open the repertory and see the cheerfulness, see the repertory and see the mildness, then anxiety, the confidence on top, the indifference, the morose, censorious, malicious, irritable, suspicious, jealous, big rubric at least, so that we get a habit that our repertory is having all those things. After going through those main rubrics, then make a habit of just taking out one rubric out of that and just read all the sub rubrics. After going through the sub rubrics, you will find that yes, such a details are mentioned in our repertory. We miss it because we don't know it is given in our repertory. This is the way with which you have to approach. And if you know things prior, you can ask it to the patient. You can go with that direction. If you don't know that it is given in the repertory, you will not going to ask it to the patient. And that's why first it is important that what is there in your repertory, you must know properly. And that's why in the next paragraph, what he says is very important. As to the intellect, he can observe for himself whether the patient is dull. So what to observe, that also he mentions. First thing, whether the patient is dull, stupid. What is stupid? This is you will see that you will say that it is cursing. No. To whom you say stupid, तुम्ही कोणाला मूर्ख म्हणता? To whom you will going to label stupid? Who is unaware about what is happening is called as a stupid. unawareness about the surrounding, unawareness about the things, unawareness of the regarding the presentation. If the person is not aware about it, is stupid. Then you are asking him something and he is not able to understand and he is not able to reflect. You said the patient looks to be stupid. He is not aware, unconscious. Stupid, it is unaware about things. Unconsciousness means unaware about the surroundings. So it is not every time the unconsciousness means complete loss of sense or complete loss of consciousness. It is not like that. You will going to see a patient in the ICU and then patient is unconscious, then you take the rubric of unconscious. It is not like that. Unconsciousness means the person is unaware what is happening around him. If you ask certain things, then he is not aware. Things are known to all, but he is not aware. He is unconscious about the surrounding. That is what is unconsciousness. Excited. How the patient enters in your clinic. In an excitable mood, doctor, yes, yes. He see the vivaciousness, the excitedness which is there that you have to catch. Delirious. Delirious is the state where the patient talks or expresses certain words without knowing what he is talking. That is a delirious state. He is unaware what he is talking. It's a delirious state, generally which happens during the fever. Distracted. Distracted means going away from the matter, going away from the things, is distracted, confused. Whether the patient look confused, you ask, what's your name? And he's confused. He's not able to give you an answer, confused state. So you have to look for all those things. When you are looking to the patient, just observe. All the foregoing points are covered by the rubrics in any good repertory. What is saying? All those points are covered in any good repertory. These are given in good repertory and they must be covered by the remedy selected. And those must be covered by the remedy selected. So see, this is the method with which you can go. The repertory, first you start reading at least 1 page a day. Make a habit that at least I will read 1 page a day. I will find it out meanings of all those rubrics on page number 1 from Kent's repertory. Day by day, gradually you will grasp many rubrics. And if you grasp those rubrics, then it becomes simple that yes, you will start observing, yes, this is what is the patient is present. You read the rubric morose and you'll see a morose state in the patient. Then you will take morose as the rubric. Otherwise, you will not going to take. So very important is that what you are observing. All these and their allied conditions are most valuable and characteristic as a therapeutic indication. So these are very important because they directly gives you the remedy. This directly gives you an individuality of the person. If the person who comes to you and it's very excited mood and vivacious and happy and he's, yes, doctor, so you take that. That is very important. This is the nature of that person. Their individuality is hidden. They should be observed and noted carefully. So these are things which should be observed and noted carefully. So make a habit of reading the peoples. I will suggest one more thing. What I used to do, you read the books from P.L. Deshpande in Marathi, Pula Deshpande, then Vappu Kale, V.P. Kale, Marathi books. These are the persons who have read the human beings. In their books, you will find the explanation of varieties of the persons. And if you read them, you will automatically see, yes, this is the thing which you have to read from the patient. Then you catch it very easily. So this is what he is explaining over there. They should be observed and noted carefully. Every case should be approached with this thought and the mind kept alive, active, and alert while taking with the patient and his friends, while talking with the patient and his friend. So every case should be approached with this thought. So the thought should be there in your mind, what you have to look for, what is needed. Name of the book, you just put books by P.L. Deshpande. There is varieties of books are there, many books. You can write it over there, VP Kale, and you'll get the whole list on Google. And there are many, many more. If you want to become a good homeopath, you must be a voracious reader. This is my suggestion, not only about the homeopathic books, but rest of the books, very important that those increases the knowledge, your knowledge, those are very important. So every case should be approached with thought and mind kept active and alert. So homeopath's rubric should be an alert and active. He should be active enough, quick to act, because Hahnemann himself said that homeopath should have sound senses. So these are things which one must know. Active and alert while talking with the patient and his friends. Such work as this has its pleasures, aside from its scientific relation. The greatest study of man is man. What sentence he has used? The greatest study of man is the man. So you have to learn the man. If you understand man, very, all books are necessary. All books evaluates human behavior, madam. The greatest study of man is man. And this is what I used to tell my students. You learn the human being. You learn the many things, then you learn the good homeopathy. Make a habit of reading the different books. You learn the many things, and then you will learn automatically the homeopathy. Most of us like to study human nature, and rather pride ourselves on our sagacity in sizing up the people we meet by the study of their physiology, physiognomy, manner, etc. The homeopathic prescriber will find it to this advantage to cultivate the art of psychological analysis and may well take pride in it when he is able to do this part of his medical work systematically also. So if you make a habit of reading the people, analyzing the people, then you will learn a lot in your life. Then your prescription becomes very easy. You look toward the patient, just observe what he is doing. Make a habit, not only patient, make a habit, whoever you are going to meet, just observe what he is talking, what he is talking about. We don't have to give him a remedy, but just we can find it out what are the mentals which we are getting from him. What is his state? In what state he comes? Whether he is dull, depressed, indifferent, doesn't want to talk to anyone, remaining alone, calm and quiet, never getting mixed. Everything, every word which you can get in your repertory. But for that purpose, you have to first read, make a habit of reading these people. Then you will get definitely all those things. Then you will get a very perfect remedy for the patient. And these are things which one should get familiar very easily. Yes, read the patient and find it out what the patient is expressing. Make a habit, just watching a TV, you read the, if you are watching the TV serials, find it out, what are their expressions, what she is expressing, what he is expressing, what he wants to say, everything you can catch. It is taken for granted that physical examination of the patient will be made thoroughly and systematically also, and the findings added to the record. What is saying? It is taken for granted that the physical examination of the patient will be made thoroughly and systematically also, and findings are added to the record. So he has not said just history is important. Physical general examination and systemic examination of the patient is the need. Even my sir, Dr. Nitin Bagli, used to tell me, Prasad, unless and until you clinically examine the patient, don't leave any patient. This is very important thing which he has told me, and he has taught me whole clinical examination. He taught me the how to go for general examination, what is the importance of it. And it has been very nicely elaborated in Hutchinson's books. Physical general examination, then clinical general examination, Hutchinson book, clinical DAS. Go through them, then you will learn what is the importance of history in these clinical examinations in the history, which will guide you towards very perfect understanding about the patient's illnesses. If as that subject does not come within the scope of this work, no further attention will be accorded to it. But this is what I used to tell my student, that clinical examination is must, and you must read Hutchinson's Clinical Methods. A wonderful book to learn and to learn about the clinical methods. I have read it nearly about 10 times. Second important book which I have suggested is the Clinical Das by Clinical Methods by S. K. Das. It is the clinical surgical book. Again, a book which gives you exactly how to examine the patient. Once you understand it, then your work becomes very simple. And last, to conclude, in this chapter, he lastly adds, if he has succeeded in impressing upon his readers the necessity and advantages of always making thorough and systemic examinations and keeping full written records of cases, the author will feel that his purpose has been accomplished. If you get this understanding after reading this chapter and getting, yes, you have got the importance of record keeping, you have got the importance of history taking, you have got the importance of clinical methods, then he says that I feel what my purpose is accomplished. And this is his purpose, that how to go ahead in examination of the patient. Nothing can Nothing conduces more strongly to professional honor and reputation and to success in practice. And honesty and reputation for making careful examination, for taking an interest in the case, for always being thorough and painstaking is one of the most valuable assets a physician can have, and one which may be legitimately capitalized to his financial benefit. What he is saying to conclude, this is the most important entity, the case taking, giving a time to the patient, listening to the patient, writing each and every detail, clinically examining the patient. This gives too much confidence in the patient about you. The patient becomes very much confident and he considers, yes, I'm at the right place. Then he starts feeling better because his axis has changed. And then automatically the patient he reflects and he he starts um, believing on you more,
Yes.
and ultimately it produces a very good
Yes,
results
sir.
in your practice. So these are very important things which one has to understand. And if this happens, the money automatically comes, the profession is last, it financially definitely benefits, but that is an end, that is not a prime importance. Importance is, what matters is your sincerity, what matters how much time you give for the patient, what matters is how detailed case taking you're going to do. It matters that how you clinically examine patient and his systemic examination. These are things which increases very much confidence of the patient about you, and then it benefits you as well as for the patient, and patient will again bring another patient to you. This success happens only if you are very sincere in your practice regarding all the methods which has been elaborated over there. So this is a big practical chapter which he has mentioned over there, and in this chapter he tried to explain how to go ahead with the clinical examination of the patient and the history taking. So I think today we're going to conclude this chapter and conclude the close philosophy. So second year syllabus of the Kant's philosophy and close philosophy is finished. Now we have to go with Robert philosophy. little bit simple philosophy. Second year's chapters we're going to finish first, where many concepts are there, but those are already you are familiar with. So there will be no. So I will not spend so much of time those which are simple. Only the wherever the things are difficult or things are necessary from practice point of view, those I will going to highlight and I will go ahead. The other fact points which are already thoroughly understood by you, those will be covered in little bit fast way. So from tomorrow session, we're going to start with the Robert's philosophy, the right from the chapter number 5, I think. Chapter number 3 from Robert's philosophy. So definitely we'll learn many things from Robert. Robert was an intelligent man, very intelligent. In fact, he was the first person who has written his own hypothesis regarding the miasms and the correlation with the mineral kingdom or periodic table. So these are the peoples who have very thorough knowledge about the homeopathy. It is our duty to go through all the chapters of those books. One by one, we're going to finish. We have finished the second year syllabus, Kent's and Close. Now we'll finish it from Robert, and then we'll turn to the third year chapter. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you being there. We'll meet today evening with the second part of the carbohydrate, which was still remaining. Maybe it might require third also. So that's all for today. Any query is there, we'll have a chat. Otherwise, we'll conclude. Yes, Gaude madam. Any query, question? So that's all for today. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.
Thank you.